Let us know when we're live, Richard.
Welcome to Lawrenceburg Redevelopment Commission meeting for September the 12th, 2022 at 4:30 p.m. in the Lawrenceburg City Council chambers. This is a notice that we need to read before we begin. As a recipient of federal funds and in support of Lawrenceburg's efforts to ensure non-discrimination and equal access to all citizens, the city gathers statistical data regarding participants in city activities. Therefore, we have provided a voluntary Title VI public involvement survey at this meeting. You are not required to complete this survey. The form is anonymous and will be used solely for the purpose of monitoring our compliance with Title VI and ADA. And that form is in the back of the room if any of our visitors tonight want to fill that out. Ms. Brookbank, can we get a roll call?
Executive Director Brian Messmore.
Present.
President Richard Richardson.
Present.
Vice President Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Secretary Kevin Schaefer.
Here.
Member Janie Wilson is absent. Member Brian Johnson is absent. Lawrenceburg School Board Member Brian Jansen is absent. And City Attorney Del Weldon is absent.
But we still made a quorum.
We have a quorum, and Mr. Johnson did advise me that he was running a little late.
Okay, so he'll be here.
But
All right, if everybody's had time to review the minutes that have been provided for us, I'll take a motion to approve those.
So move.
Lenny, motions. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin seconds. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have any announcements this evening, Mr. Messmore?
I do not have any announcements.
Yes, Brookbank, could you provide us with the financial report this evening?
As of September 6th, 2022, the balance for redevelopment is $1,866,350.71. And after monies committed to projects, it's $1,621,603.61.
Anybody have any questions in regard to that? If not, we will move on to new business. And I see Director Messmore, we've got Liberty Theater Construction Manager and Architect contracts, and I do know that we did receive all of those
Yeah.
in our email.
Right. If I may, I'll just point out the highlights real quick. You did receive the general conditions. And these are the AIA documents. You did receive the general conditions of the contract for construction. That's a largely definitions and rules of the trade. The AIA document titled A133 is the form agreement between the owner and construction manager as constructor. On page 11, I will just point out that the fee for the first phase is to get to construction documents so that we can bid the project out to get our guaranteed maximum price. So this is the first part of the project. Does that make sense?
Are we good?
Yeah, so we'll almost have, at that point, we'll come back and say, look, it's really good. Here's what it's going to cost. We know exactly how much it's going to cost. And from that point forward, the architect will have a little bit of work, and I'll explain what that is. And then the construction manager will have a percent of that project, and I'll explain what that is. But, the first part of this is just getting the exact cost. So we're in phase one, and I'll walk through that just real quick. To get through phase one, the construction manager as constructor, his fee is $29,420. The construction manager's fee, once we have the cost of the project, which would be included in the cost of the project, is 3.75% of the total. So that's in the agreement between the owner and the construction manager document, the A133. The next document is B133, and this is the agreement between the owner and architect. And I will point out on page 22 that and they also have an amendment or an attachment that you might have seen, we took the attachment information and plugged it into the AIA documents verbatim. They're the same, but you will note that their total fee is $51,000, and that's for schematic design, design development, construction documents phase, and again, that gets us to the point where we can bid it out. And then they also have a construction phase of $9,000. Both parties have provided, if any additional things are done, their rate schedules are in there, but nothing can be done in addition to what we're doing and without prior approval. We've been waiting a while to get the contracts complete and done. We now know what it's going to cost us to get to construction document phase, and I'm asking for approval for these documents so that we can proceed.
How would you like that motion to be formed? Are you looking for just a motion to approve the contracts for Liberty Construction Manager and Architect?
That's correct.
Do we have a motion for that this evening?
So moved.
Lenny motions it. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Kevin. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, the motion does carry.
Give me just a second. I will review very quickly with Brian where we're at.
Yes, sir.
Brian, as you're aware, we've been waiting to get the contracts put together between us, the construction manager, and us and the architect. And, you know, we've got to that point. Everything's in contract form. And the first phase of this is to get to the construction document phase so that we can bid it out to find out what our guaranteed maximum price will be. So this is phase one. You guys did this at the school, so you're probably.
A1A document?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're familiar with this process. So for the first phase, and the fee for the construction manager is $29,420, and the architect's fees in total, including construction, are $51,000. And in the documents, it points out different phases, and both documents include their hourly rates if we had to do something different than what we've agreed to do. So I asked the board for a motion to get this thing started. They voted.
So it's already been voted, you guys approved it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Well, then you don't need me anymore.
so thank you.
And I apologize for being late.
That's okay. I let them know you were in touch with me, so that's okay.
About 30 seconds faster or quicker, we'd have held up and waited on you. I didn't see you, but you're incoherent.
Lenny was the one that said, just go ahead, forget it.
I apologize, Leonard.
No, you don't have to apologize.
I apologize.
It's great.
So we'll start.
And everybody.
I'm glad you're here. We don't have to put up a mess more so long.
We are rolling.
We are rolling.
And there is no other new business tonight other
Nope.
than those contracts. Under old business, all we have would be the Main Street report. Is there anything new or updated we need to know about that?
There's nothing new or unusual. There's I would say, moderate activity this year in some of the programs. If you want to take a look over the next month and see what you think about.
Reappropriating some money.
I mean, we don't need to this year, but we've been doing the same thing for a long time, and I don't know if we want to get creative and try something different. I'll give you a quick example. One of the things that I think is important to the downtown long term for the merchants and restaurants and all those things is to try to get people to live downtown in addition to what we're already doing. In some places, they have provided an incentive for property owners to develop their upstairs where they haven't, to make that suitable for residential dwellings. And so, we know there are several buildings around town that are not occupying their second and third floors. we could consider maybe taking a little out of our current grant programs and funding, you know, for example, this is pie in the sky, but, you know, a $25,000 matching grant program, only, you know, only four available a year to complete your second or third floor above your retail business and have it on the market for rental as an opportunity for downtown living. Just an idea. So my point, guys, at this point in time is just to look through the program, see what we spent, not spent. You know, we probably ought to spend a little bit of time with Michelle and Stevie, Gail, on the program in general, and just see if there's any improvements to be made, or if anybody has any different ideas. You know?
Could you bring us some ideas, other than like you just brought us one
Yeah.
there? Put together a handful.
Yeah, I can do that,
For us
yeah.
to discuss.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, every year there's some language that we need to square away on things, and we've had a few requests that, you know, the side of the building or the back of the building, you can see from the street, but it's not part of the facade, you know, so we need to put some additional language in there so people don't waste the time, so to speak. But yeah, I can do that. But we've been doing the same thing for a while, so.
All right, cool. So we'll have some options to go over at the next meeting and maybe just ponder that for a bit.
And just before you go on, just that, the second floor thing, first of all, it gets people downtown, spending money, living downtown, population, and it also helps support the retail on the first floor. You know, so it's a benefit to our residents and visitors, you know, if we can help keep, you know, the retail, food, beverage retail on the first floor. And so an incentive to occupy second and third floor where people haven't had either the money or the desire to do so themselves, maybe we can incent them into a position where it's worthwhile to take advantage and get people living there, and in turn, support the retail business on the first floor. So that's kind of the whole of that idea. And it's not my idea, it's been out there around the Main Street community or across the country probably.
Oh, we wouldn't think you was a genius anyway. I'm just kidding.
That's good. That's so good.
All right, we'll put that card in our hand.
Mark did until then.
Our card, that card, Nat.
Yeah.
All right, if there's no additional new business or old business, I'll take a motion to approve the claims that we were given.
So move.
We have a motion by Brian. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Lenny. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we've got comments from the audience. Very light audience tonight. No comments, I guess. And we never mentioned this, and my fault here, but Miss Brookbank is no longer Miss Brookbank. So there's actually not a Miss Brookbank in the room. This is Miss Hermish,
Herman,
correct?
yes, you got it. Yep.
Miss Hermish. So
Yep.
my apologies for that, but congratulations to you and your
Thank you.
husband. He's a very lucky man.
Thank you.
I kept her as Brookbank in my phone.
It's okay, Brian. It's fine.
All right, if we don't have any other business to attend to tonight, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Kevin. Do we have a second?
Second.
Oh, it was a tie.
I'm going to give it
It's
to
gonna be-
Brian. Second by Brian. All in favor?
Get 'em over.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Give it to Brian.
Motion carried.
All right.
Brian.
Gee, I'll just, where's Dell?
You a little crazy